All right. All right. Well, hey, welcome back to the Go for CO channel. This is John the Bomb. Building others means business. And man, I've got a fan favorite, on Clubhouse over the last few years. He's really established himself. He's done some great things, but that he did a little something that went out of the box and created his own TV network. So this is going to be an exciting interview. I've been wanting to have him on for a long time. We finally connected. He's a busy man, but he gave us some time and super appreciative here on a Saturday to have Mr. David Evans, founder of the PIC TV Network. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, John Obama, man. Always happy to hear about what you're doing, man. And we've been looking forward for this opportunity for a while, man. Thank God we're here now.
That's right. That's right. So, man, super excited. Obviously being on Roku and some of the things that you're doing is so cool. And, you've taken the bull by the horn. I know a little bit of your backstory, but, why don't you share with our Go for CEO audience that, really likes to know what it is that makes a difference of when you started this PIC TV network and what's going on, and we'll kind of take it from there. So take it away.
Yeah, I want to say thank you again, John, for this opportunity, man, to be on your platform. Yeah, PIC TV Network started in September 2020 in the midst of COVID when my sister Brenda died. I talked to her Saturday. She was gone on Sunday. And I want to send my condolences to everyone who lost loved ones in the midst of COVID. And I didn't want her life to stop right there. So I decided to do a television network in her honor. I didn't have any experience. I really didn't have any money. I really didn't have any know-how. I just wanted to do something to honor my sister. So I searched around to different networks to see, can I get one channel? And I discovered that there was a company out there that gave me 25 channels. And it was like a house without no furniture, just rooms. And I had to come up with channels, a channel of time. I had to come up with channel shows. I had to learn military time. I had to really study how to set up television shows and programs and to program. And it grew from there, John.
I love it, man. And you've been so active on so many different platforms and so generous with your time. The mission of being able to have your sister live on, right, through some of the glory that you've been able to put out there into the world and the feedback. So, tell us a little bit about the channels. Tell us a little bit kind of the formulation. Like, what did you actually do? Did you call different networks? I know that primarily you're on Roku. What was that conversation like, and how did you start to learn what to do to actually build your own network?
Yeah, it was different, John, because I grew up in the cable world, where really the antenna world. It was NBC, ABC, CBS, and Disney had everything locked down around the world when we grew up, and then the cable industry came in the 80s and they blew everything out the water. But now streaming is the number one way of watching television. You have Roku, you have Amazon, you have Google, you have Apple, which is the number one streaming platforms in the world. And the developer for our network locked us in with Roku. And I was so happy because Roku has 70 million subscribers around the world. When you Google Roku subscribers, it's the biggest platform in the world. So by us being on Roku and me being an African American in 2020, I said, what do people want to watch on television? Everybody's home, so we need a job fair channel, because people are looking for jobs. We need a health channel talking about diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure, um, mental illness. So we had a health channel. So I created different shows and programs that people want to watch. I'm thinking 2020, not 1986 or 1985. Good times and all of the Jeffersons and Patty and the Petticoat Junction and all of that. We watched Bewitched. I said, no, we got to get something different this day and age. So when I created these television shows and programs and channels, John, I had to go ahead of my time, man. Something for the men, man cave shows, women, women chat, and then the kids. I came up with our own version of cartoons for kids, so this was a beautiful, beautiful time in my life where I created these shows and programs. And again, John, I didn't know what I was doing, man.
I
I
love
had
it.
some I had some help from Brenda, man. She was navigating this thing.
You know, they say a calm chaos, right? You know, you were just out there creating a mess and making it happen and going forward. So I love it, man. You know, it's truly, you know, just an inspiration to hear kind of from that setback, from that tragedy, that you were able to put
Yeah,
emotion into something that you really kind of came from the heart, you know. And it's a tough business, right? You know, obviously had to create, like you said, these different types of shows, the different type of genres, you know, in an atmosphere where, yeah, you had a captive audience because a lot of us were sitting at home, kind of just clicking through, right? You know, the networks. And I remember when I first met you, you know, you were just so passionate over the social audio app about
yeah,
what TV was going to bring, about what PIC TV did, about what PIC TV was coming up with, and how you could change some of the things that are either from your background or just sharing, you know, new knowledges out there. So really, really awesome. So help us understand. I mean, you know, I'm in the funding game. You know, so I fund a lot of businesses, from startup to, you know, $1 billion. And you know, how did you navigate that piece of the puzzle? I think a lot of our audience in the Go for CEO channel can really learn from, you know, maybe a tighter type of budget, but you know, from you scaling up, how did that work for you?
yeah, John. I had to really research, man, and I had to have some mentors and some media coaches. So my wife sat me in down, and we talked to some people with our legal team. We make sure everything was in compliance with RS and our shows and programs. And I said, who can I really look up to and get some information from? So I reached out to Oprah Winfrey. I reached out to Tyler Perry. I reached out to Steve Harvey. And I didn't get enough. I didn't get a response. So I said, well, how can I still learn from them? So I went on their YouTube and started listening to this story. Steve Harvey was homeless, you know, living in his car for 2 years, and he had a shot to go to the Apollo Theater. And that's when his career started. It was $75 up there. And now look at him today. And then I learned from Tyler Perry, who was also homeless, you know, and got his start with doing his plays. And nobody showed up when he first started. Oprah Winfrey was from Baltimore. I'm in Washington, D.C. That's about a 45-minute ride. She was fired. She went to Chicago and got a new start, and now look at her today. So I looked at them and I heard their stories. And I said, well, wow, if they can come from that and make it, I have a good shot with PIC TV Network, you know? So being a streaming television network, I learned from them, studied them. They inspired me, encouraged me, and motivated me. And when I started doing PIC TV Network, reaching out to the audience, I said, who can I target? I don't want to do the Hollywood, you know, big names, celebrities, stars. I want to reach everyday people, John. So I decided to go after the low income folk. Everybody has a story. You know, I decided to go after people who can cook. So I did a cooking channel. Would you like to be on a cooking channel? Yeah. Everyday people like, you know, you and me, who never got a shot before. And that's who Brenda was. Prison Freedom Channel. I said, I want to do something for people who coming out of prison and they have a story and they want to tell their story. So I created a Prison Freedom show and it turned into a channel. We're in the 24 episodes now with Brother O from down Atlanta, Georgia. He interviewed a brother. He had 90 years in prison, John. He served 45 years out of the 90. He came out at 75 years old. He could not read. They were laughing at him. He spent most of his life in prison. Today, he has 4 degrees. He's teaching in universities and helping kids to learn how to do math. So he's a genius. He was on our television show. So when I hear stories like this, it makes me feel good. And I created the Prison Freedom Show that turned into a channel, just like Hello America. You know, this is our version of Good Morning America, where people can tell their stories. Everyday people like me and you who never been on ABC, CBS, Fox 5, ESPN, CNN. They've never been on there, but they can tell their story on Hello America. You have a daughter; she needs to be on there, man. Your kids need to be on Hello America, tell them what they're going to be in the future. So, at that time, I had 60 channels, so I had to come up with programs and shows that are relevant and trending today. That's what I did.
Wow. 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 I got goosebumps, man. I mean, that's what an incredible story, especially that gentleman with all those years in prison and to come out and make a change in his life
Yeah.
and affect other human beings, the ripple that he's going to be putting out in the ocean of life. It's pretty incredible, man. So really cool, man. So look, you know, obviously we probably can't get into the every dynamic of, you know, building a network, but you know, the Go for CEO channel is exactly kind of mirrors what you just explained, that you wanted to give a window, an opportunity to people that may not be able to be on the big networks, right? The ESPNs, the ABCs, and all that type of stuff. So, you know, at Go for CEO, we interview CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs that may not be the big names, right? But will be hopefully in the future, and we're growing that channel. So tell us a little bit about how you started to surround yourself, because obviously, David Evans, as powerful as you are, I'm sure you have a great team. So tell us a little bit about that team, how you started to recruit the people that you needed to kind of put yourself around, and how that started to happen for you, because obviously, you know, you started from scratch, really. So a little bit of that story of the team and how you're at right now.
Yeah, John, that's amazing, man. That's a good question. When I started in 2020, I had like 3 people. I had James Lee, who helped organize the programming for us. I had my wife, of course, Yvette Evans, who did the legal aspect of it. And then my son, Amos, who's a graduate of Carnegie Mellon University. He said, Dad, you keep doing this PIC, talking about PIC. What do you want it to be about? I said, I want it to be about inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. He said, now that's what you build on. Now, when we did the soft launch on Black Friday of 2020, John, nobody really came because nobody knew us. Mm-hmm. I came on Clubhouse in January of that year, and I went into a room, and people were in there from Fox 5, ABC, because they were laid off, BET. Mm-hmm. Folks was in that room, and they said, who are you? I came to the stage. I said, David Evans, PIC TV Network. And I said, I'm going to be the next big star on the network around the world. They said, no, you're not. You got a long ways to go. And I felt so bad. I felt like crying. And when I got out of that room, I thought they was going to build me up and esteem me and push me. But I felt like a piece of crushed grain, man, grain weird. But it made me, because I prayed and I said, Lord, why didn't they help me? He said, because that's not you. He said, your goal, David, is to help ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things to come on PIC TV Network. And that was the signal. That was the real sign that my audience is ordinary people. So when I went after ordinary people, God opened up opportunities for me to come on Clubhouse and interview folks like Wendy Lang-Wright, who was a talent manager in California, put us up before 70,000 people. Then Delano Johnson, who is Les Brown's right-hand man, interviewed him. And then one young lady, her name is Michelle Cox from Atlanta, Georgia. She is she is an entrepreneur. And she said, I want to help the network. I want to help PIC TV Network. I love this network. And I did a spotlight interview with her. And I said, I need a PR person, but I don't have money. She said, I'm not asking for money. I want to be your PR person. Once I had her, then managers started to come. I said, I need managers. So we had Celeste from Philadelphia. We had, from Mississippi, Lady Wisdom. Then people started to come and say, I want to be a part of the team. Kimberly from Wisconsin, Toronto, Rita, and Bert. And I said, I need managers. And they said, yeah, I want to be on your team. I mean, Australia, Teresa, James from Germany. We had so many. So I have 24 managers now who just said, I want to be a part of PIC TV Network. They didn't ask me for a dime. These people already have their jobs. They're already established. They just said they want to help. And we have weekly meetings. And after that happened, it's like the windows of heaven opened up, and we decided to submit to stars to give us promos. So Anthony Anderson gave us one. without charge. Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, all this is on our IG pages. These people, Claudia Jordan, the Washington, used to be Redskins team. They start coming and said, I want to help PIC TV Network. I want to give a 30-second shout out. Next thing you know, what happened from there, John, we start getting calls from BET saying, can you come up to New York to be a part of New York Fashion Week? Then the Andrews Air Force Base saying, can you shoot the Air Force Base? And then we got an interview from the Black Caucus in Washington, D.C., where I'm at. Can you do some media coverage? The heavens start opening, man. I just interviewed the mayor, Mayor James, from La Plata, Maryland. She came on and did a 30-minute interview with me one-on-one. The story is, it's so many chapters in this thing, man, in 2 years, man.
Oh, unbelievable, right? And, you know, it's a true testament, right? Once you have a vision and you put yourself in the pathway of taking one step and then taking another step. And you said, right, there isn't any story that doesn't have failure. By you walking into that room, becoming vulnerable, and supposedly the big shots, right, the big names, all these things, and them telling you, no, you can't do that. You know, you can't do this. And look what you've done in the last 2.5 years, and super excited to kind of keep on hearing about the PIC TV Network and what's going on. So let's transition. So what today, you know, after 2.5 years of grinding out, where are you at today, and what is the next 6 to 18 months looking like, so that we can kind of, you know, promote through our Go for CEO community for people that want to be a CEO and founder and just an entrepreneur in their life, which is part of the dedication of our channel, to team up with PIC TV Network. Where are you at, and where are you going at the moment?
Wow, that's a good question. We are at the point now where we're seeing opportunities come to us that we've never seen before, such as opportunities to be a part of the Floyd Mayweather boxing and fitness studio in Washington, D.C. We were the only media team that they allowed to come in and do the footage for this event, which was amazing. As we grow, we're doing new programs, new shows. We had new people coming on. So anybody out there watching right now, if you want to do your own spotlight interview, your commercial, you want to do a television show, short film. I have 60 short films. Matter of fact, 65 short films. And I just started in October, and it's on YouTube, PIC TV Mini Movies. I mean, so John, I'm like, we're getting ready to be a part of the Jeff Bezos Amazon headquarters grand opening in Washington. Well, it's in Crystal City, Virginia. This is one of the biggest media coverage that we're going to be doing. So I just look at another day, man, another chapter. Anybody want to do something? PIC TV Network is the TV network that's here for you. You want to be a part of something great.
Wow, what a genuine area and line that you created in the sand for the PIC TV Network and what you're doing, David. So awesome stuff. You know, as we keep on going, you know, we're talking about, you know, obviously the launch, the thoughts, the inspiration of what you did, the audience that you've picked, the lane that you've decided to go through, and you know, sharing some of the great stories, and now, you know, the influencers, the people that are starting to come, you know, came out of the woodwork in the last 2.5 years. And look at that, now Amazon and some of these big names, you know, put you in front and giving you a place at the table, which is awesome, man. So kudos to you. What a great, you know, just American story, you know, and you know, building something. And I'm sure your sister is so proud of you, and inspiring, right? And sending that energy from heaven. So I love it. So
man, I got to get you on, John. You got to do a spotlight interview, man, and bring it over to the PIC TV Network, man. I'm excited because for the first time in my life, and I'll be 61 next month, that I am in a position now that I can literally help people to get their own TV shows, own short films. And there are a lot of people who've been rejected. This is what I'm looking for. Folks they didn't get accepted at Tubi. They didn't get accepted at BET. They didn't get accepted at Warner Brothers. Their product didn't get a chance to get out there. We give them a chance. I was with Spike Lee about a year ago, and he had a big meeting in Washington, D.C. And about his book. And one thing he said was, tell your story. It was a young lady from Howard University, and she said, how can I get out there, Mr. Spike Lee? I love you. I love what you're doing. He said, tell your story. She said, I know I'm telling my story. I'm from Howard University. I'm studying film. You know, I'm getting ready to get my degree. He said, tell your story. She said, I know I can do that, but how can I? He said, all I need you to do is tell your story. I'm not going to tell you nothing else. Everybody has a story. And I'm going to try to reach out to a lot of people who are going through health crisis. My whole goal is to really do something. People who have autism. There's a lot of people who have MS. There's a lot of people out there who have mental challenges, but they're doing great things. They're champions. And people who are taking care of them are champions. And their voices and their stories need to be heard. There's people out there, I'm telling you, John, who are doing some awesome things, you know, and they're heroes, man.
I love it, man. It's an inspiration, right? You know, hearing those types of stories too. I mean, what a great pond of wisdom, right? That you can just pick up of, and the stories that you're going to tell through those people is going to be, again, another ripple that becomes a wave, right? It's pretty awesome stuff. So David, you know, we talk, you know, a lot on our channel about scaling operations, you know, funding, you know, thoughts, like ideas to action. And you've shared a little bit about all that type of stuff. Is there anything else that you would say, as far as just from a business perspective, that you've learned that really kind of put maybe the top 3 things that you've learned in this voyage?
Yeah, man. I learned to never overpromise and underdeliver. I learned to give people more than they expect. I'm learning as far as a business leader to be honest with folks, man. You know, integrity and character means so much, especially today. You know, I'm in Washington, D.C. We have money in politics. You know, I'm in the most powerful city in the world, Washington, D.C., and I've been here all my life. And I believe treating people right, man. You know, the older I get, the more I realize that there's somebody out there who's less fortunate than me. And I want to give that person a chance, man. I mean, we have funded so many people to come on PIC TV Network who didn't have any money, but I let them come on and be on the book channel because I created a 24-hour book channel where they can sell their books. Yeah. You know, a lot of people wanted to come on their music channel. They wanted to sell their music. I give them an opportunity to talk about their music, sell their music, whatever they like to do. And my thing is I learned to give more, man, to help more, to be a humanitarian with our network, and to never, ever, ever, John, look down on folks because they have less than I have. I don't care if it's education. I don't care if there's funding or money. If that person has a story, man, let me tell you this. I was shooting a short film at National Harbor. While I was shooting over there, a young man came over to me, 18 years old. And I said, he told me, can I say something? I see you doing something on TV. I said, yes, sir, you can. He did a poem and he did a rap song. And I said, man, that's great. I said, how old are you? He said, 18. I said, what school you went to? Oxon Hill High School. I said, when did you graduate? He said, I didn't. I said, what? He said, I'm not going back to school. I dropped out. I said, you got to go back to school because education is your passport to your future. I began to talk to him, John, and he said, man, you really care about me. I said, I do. I care about your future because first of all, you're a human being and every human being on the planet has an opportunity to have a right to get an education. He said, I'm gonna go back to school. I recorded that, man. I'm putting him in a short film. So, you know, when I can touch people's lives like that, and as a CEO, president of a network, I love talking with people. I love being in the field. I love being out there, man, with people. And we need people who will fund our programs, our shows, who will sponsor. This is where we really need, because what we want to do, John, is to reach more people around the world. And the more funding we have, we can upgrade our equipment, we can expand our network, and we can give our own studio too.
Nice, nice. Look, and you look, you've done all that in the last 2 years. without necessarily all the big time, tools, right? But you've still made it work. So I think there's an inspiration and a story behind that that people can really challenge themselves and go for CEO, right? And become the founder of a PIC TV type, business. So I love it, David, and super inspired, super excited. I think the last 5, 10 minutes there, you could really pick up 2 or 3 different nuggets, go for CEO community, and really understand what it took for David to kind of move forward and take an inspiration into a real business. So as we kind of end our interview here, David, we go through the CEO, formula, which is client experience, engagement, and operational excellence. So from a high level, what would you say, when people that are clients of PIC TV, from, obviously being a viewer or someone that does work with you, what is that experience like if you take from A to Z type of scenario?
Yeah, you work for PIC TV Network. Man, I'm looking for people who will be referral managers. I mean, telling people about PIC TV Network in barbershops, nail salons, beauty parlors, restaurants, churches, clubs. We in all Airbnb around the world, So we bring people on to teach them, train them about being referral managers. Then there's another process step that you can come to and be a manager. And like I said, we have 24 managers in around the United States and international. So those managers are the ones who tell people about PIC TV Network, and they know just as much as I do. They can come on and share information and bring people on our network. And eventually, the managers like Michelle Cox from Atlanta, Georgia, has her own show now, the importance of teaching people how to read. And Patty from New York, the Legacy Cafe, she has her own show. So the steps that I have for people to come in to be a referral manager, to refer people about PIC TV Network, do small training, and then the managers they're my engines. I will do anything for my managers because they've been riding with me, investing with me, and they're the ones who really deserve the credit. They're my team, So I tell all, and I told my manager yesterday that I want her to do a new show. She's from California, Miss Spinks. I said, Miss Spinks, you work with kids. You need to do a kids show this summer. We need to put that on PIC TV Network. And she said, yeah, I'm gonna do something, David. I want to do something like that. So, man, that's the what I would say for anybody. Don't try to do everything yourself. When people come around you, use the gifts that they have to make you look better, to make the business look better, to ultimately and then help them to reinvest in them. I have parties for my managers. I give them stuff, man. We have a ball, man.
I love it. Yeah, no, you brought the client experience into really the evolution of having a team around you, and the whole experience being that they're dealing with not just you, right, which you are the head, but bringing in the whole team and the whole experience of that. So, last two are engagement. So engagement, obviously we could all feel the energy. We could all feel the love that you have for this network, for the passion that you put together to build this TV network. 2 or 3 different ways that people engage with you on a daily basis.
Oh, wow, man. My phone never stops ringing. People always calling me to be a part of our shows and programs, and they want my time. My wife even want my time now, and I'm married to her for 36 years. She wants some time. I believe, man, it's a Bible verse that says, "Too much is given, much is required." And I'm just at the place now where I try to. Matter of fact, my wife calling me now. I try to give as many people the respect that I would want them to give me, man. I try to call people back. I try to respond to them. I try to help folks, man, as much as I can, So I think again, integrity and character is so important. And there's a little Robin outside of my window, man, in my sunroom. I don't know why he's just trying to go over there, man. He act like he want to come in, John. I never had he want to come on this interview, man. We need to bring him on PIC TV Network. That Robin is right there beating on my window, man.
That's phenomenal, man. Hey, it's all about that energy we're giving out in life, right? And and circling back. So the last one is operational excellence, and obviously, on a day-to-day, you just said, right, you have to manage a lot of communication, a lot of, emails and all these types of things. So from an operations sense of PIC TV Network and the organization, what are one or two things that are highlights of how you've been able to kind of streamline your operations?
You said a very important word, streamline. Definitely that is the key today, is streaming and connecting with people. The more, wow, the higher I go up, the more I can bring my team up and the more I can bring up people around me. Just think about me being in a position to be on the grounds of Amazon headquarters and Jeff Bezos, just to be the psyche of this being in that setting, to be on a ground project with $2.5 billion and walk on that property, which I do, and to be able to look in the windows before the public do. That makes me go to a whole different level. I haven't personally met him, but I will see him once. I'll wave at him when he comes to the opening. Hopefully I'll be a couple of inches away from him. I would say, again, whoever is in a position of leadership, you have to keep growing. You're like a tree, you never stop growing. Leaders have to grow, and then they have to grow people around them. I learned how to delegate more, John, to delegate and to be on people who are on my level, to be around people who understand how this works and how understand investing in the business work. I have no excuse. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm you have the most powerful city in the world around some of the most powerful people in the world and some of the most biggest events. For example, the Washington, I used to say Redskins. I can't say them no more. I can't say Washington teams no more. The Washington Commanders, they're having something right 5 minutes from my house later on today. I'm going over there to be with them, to be around them. And I'm finding myself going in settings and people knowing me because my reputation precedes me. Oh yeah, I seen you. I seen your shows. I seen you on PIC TV Network. I seen you. And it makes me feel good that I work to earn that. And I want to keep that level of integrity and that image that I built to a place where I have a good name. The biggest thing I want to have going forward, and remember we're only 2.5 years in, it's a good name, man. My name has to be good. And what I have to do is to expand and grow even more. That's it.
I love it, man. Well, hey, look, super, super appreciative that you made some time in your busy schedule to come on the Go for CEO channel. Yeah, we look forward to some collaborative type things that we got a mastermind to be able to see how we can work together, really bring some value. And like I said, our audiences are very similar, right? Especially the people that are making the content on your TV network is, that person that really may not get the chance to be on that high level, but it also still brings a really true value because they're doing things that other people would like to know how to do as well. So just like you, David Evans, right, inspired by your sister's passing, developing the PIC TV network, and now thriving over the last 2.5, 3 years, and excited to see the next 5 to 10, 15 years of what you do with this incredible story. So any way that people can communicate with you, that can visit on Roku, like what are some of the ways that people at the end of this video here can immediately jump into interacting with PIC TV Network?
Yeah, the first thing you guys can do, if you have a Roku stick or Roku TV, go to the home and put in the search bar, the THE space PIC, that stands for People's Investment Channel, PIC, space again, TV Network, the PIC TV Network. Then it's going to download. You're going to give us 5 stars because you're going to love it. Give us those 5 stars. And then you're going to see the channels pop up, the on-demand channel. You're going to see the guide, which go to the guide. You can see our movies or music shows and all our programs are going to pop up on your screen free. Doesn't cost anything. The next way you can watch us is go to www.watchpictv.com. That's www.watchpictv.com. Take us on your phone, take us on the computer, your laptop. You can watch us on the go. The next way you can come on is be on. Don't just watch TV, be on. You can call us directly on 202-505-2837. We work with your budget. We get you on if you want to do a spotlight interview, like we're going to have John on, your own show, like we're going to have John the Bomb on. If you want to do a kids program this summer, my whole goal is to bring 25 kids on and hire them and give them virtual jobs so they can learn lighting, audio, video, how to do television shows, programs. We're looking to bring on 25 kids. 25 kids. John, maybe you need to put one of your kids on, man. You know. Hey, John, get one of your kids to come on, man. We'll send them the link, man. They come on for like an hour, man, to do their one day of work on PIC TV Network. So it's virtual. It's a virtual job, so they can be anywhere. It's for the summer. And this is why we want to have funding, so we can pay the kids for coming on and teach them. Programming is so important because all of us really are programmed to do different things. I know I'm programmed. In the morning, I wash my face, go to the bathroom, take a shower. I'm programmed to do certain things. So yeah, PIC TV Network, there's so many ways you guys can watch us. We are on the #1 streaming platform in the world, which is Roku. John has us. You can see our programs on 24 hours a day.
All right, my man. Well, hey, look, it's dropping bombs, B-O-M-B. You know, the way that you've done it, right? Building others means business. I love it. I love it, my man. So, hey, David, thank you so much. We look forward to, on the Go for CEO channel to bring you on every 6 to 12 months. We'd love to just keep on enjoying the story, enjoying the ride with where you're going with PIC TV Network and seeing the growth. So, ladies and gentlemen, not only go to PIC TV Network now, get on Roku, but also subscribe to the Go for CEO channel, right? Become a part of this community that we're working with other great entrepreneurs, CEOs, founders. And the book's coming out pretty soon. So I'm definitely got to be on your channel, David, when my book starts launching and get that promotion out there. So excited to have you. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to having you soon.
Thank you, John. Can't wait to see you soon. Thank you for your time.